Imagine a remote, storm-lashed island, a brand-new lighthouse, and 3 experienced keepers who vanish without a trace. This isn't a work of fiction. It's the true, enduring mystery of the Flannan Isles, in the brutal North Atlantic. 20 miles off the coast of Scotland lies the small, rocky island of Moor. In 1899, a lighthouse was built there to guide ships through the treacherous waters. It was a lifeline in one of the harshest environments in Europe. Staffed by 3 keepers at a time, there was a battle against isolation and the elements. In December of 1900, just a year after it opened, the lighthouse was manned by James Duckett, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, all seasoned professionals. The last entry they made in the lighthouse log was on December 15th. It described severe storms and hurricane-force winds, a report consistent with the weather patterns at the time. After that, silence. The relief ship, the Hesperus, was scheduled to arrive on December 20th, but was delayed by the same violent storms. When it finally reached the island on December 26th, the crew immediately knew something was terribly wrong. The lighthouse, which should have been a beacon of safety, was dark. The flagpole was bare. There was no sign of life. A relief keeper named Joseph Moore was sent ashore. He found the lighthouse door unlocked. Inside, an eerie stillness hung in the air. The living quarters were neat and tidy, but the beds were unmade. In the kitchen, a meal sat on the table, uneaten, as if the men had been suddenly called away. The clocks had all stopped. The lamp had been meticulously cleaned and prepared for lighting, but it had never been lit. Perhaps the most puzzling clue was the men's gear. 2 sets of heavy oilskin waterproofs were missing, but 1 set was left behind. This suggested that 2 of the men had gone out into the storm, properly dressed for the weather. Did the 3rd man rush out after them without protection, or was he left behind? A search of the island revealed significant storm damage on the western landing platform, an area over 100 feet above sea level. A supply crate had been smashed open, and a heavy iron railing was bent and twisted out of shape. Immense rocks had been dislodged and thrown about by the sea. The power of the waves must have been truly unimaginable. The official investigation, led by Superintendent Robert Muirhead, concluded that the men were likely swept away by a colossal rogue wave while trying to secure equipment during the storm. It's a plausible theory, but it doesn't explain everything. Why would 3 experienced keepers all venture out into such dangerous conditions at the same time against their own strict rules? Why was the last log entry so calm, with no mention of any immediate danger? No bodies were ever recovered from the sea. No personal belongings ever washed ashore. The 3 men, Duckett, Marshall, and MacArthur, simply vanished from the face of the earth. Over the years, theories have ranged from the plausible to the fantastic. Some have suggested a fight broke out, or that one keeper went mad and was thrown into the sea by the other 2, who then followed in a fit of guilt. Others have whispered of foreign spies or even something supernatural carrying them away. But in the end, there is no evidence for any of these tales. The Flannan Isles mystery endures not because of what was found, but because of what wasn't. 3 men, a lockdown lighthouse, and a final silent entry in a logbook. The lighthouse was eventually automated in 1971, and no one has lived on Moor since. The light still shines, but the island keeps its secrets, holding the memory of 3 men who disappeared into the wind and waves, leaving behind only questions. Thank you for watching. What do you think happened to the keepers of the Flannan Isles lighthouse? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoy stories of unsolved mysteries, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more.